Hello, beautiful souls. How are you today? It is June 2nd, 2023. I'm coming to you today with a very important message. I have touched on the throat chakra before, but today I want to talk about the importance of the throat and the heart chakra in our world, in our life. Recently, I've had a lot of challenges in my own personal life with people that have kind of popped in, popped out, popped in, popped out. Um, the the trail that is left, emotional, spiritual, energetic trail is really what I want to speak about today. Because again, we can control our own energy, we can control our own actions, we can't control the actions of others. But they leave that like that dust trail, right? They leave kind of their shit for us to clean up, for lack of a better term. So I'm going to go through some detailed things about each, the throat chakra and the heart chakra, and then I'm going to pull it all together for you. Hopefully it makes sense and this helps you. Whenever I was really in the thick of it, um, I wasn't led to this information. I found it kind of after I went through the heat of the battle, so to speak. But it's super helpful. I think it could be helpful to other someone's. So the throat chakra right here, the color that is usually used to indicate that chakra is blue. The element is sound. There's a frequency associated with the throat chakra of 741 hertz. So when you look for healing frequencies, like on YouTube, you can type in 741 HZ healing, and many should come up. And then you can ask your higher self, are these of the light? Are these in alignment with source creator before you listen to them? The mantra is hum, HAM, hum. The sense associated with the throat chakra is listening. The demon associated with the throat chakra is lies. And the rights of the throat chakra is to express and be heard. The throat chakra is responsible for communication, self-expression, and the ability to speak your personal truth. That's why the sense is listening, because active listening is having a balanced chakra, throat chakra. The throat chakra governs the throat, the voice box, the esophagus, the ears, the jaw, the teeth, the tongue, the mouth. The glands of the that are associated with the throat chakra are thyroid and parathyroid. Stressors of the throat chakra. The throat chakra strength get weakened with lies, receiving lies and telling lies, false information, verbal attacks, yelling, constant criticism, receiving blackmail over telling the truth. Restricted communication or censorship depletes the chakra power. A weak throat chakra can present as recurrent throat or ear infections, voice box or vocal cord issues, PMJ, neck tension, recurrent or frequent tonsillitis and laryngitis, and thyroid dis-ease. So this is sets people to be introverts, have social shyness, inability to express oneself, interrupts others while they're speaking. They can't be fully present to hear someone else's truth. It makes them uncomfortable. They suppress creative ideas and have creative blockages. So how do we increase our throat chakra health? Express yourself in ways other than words. Kind of build yourself up to using the vocal velocity, but you can channel your truth in art and song and dance, creative writing, things like that, and build your confidence up because you are clearing that energy in all those ways as well. Plus, you're getting your body moving. Active listening, develop healthy communication skills. Bring your own authentic self to your expressions and allow varying opinions while respecting own authenticity. So just because, we've said this before, just because someone disagrees with your truth, your inner truth, doesn't make their inner truth wrong, right? That's why everyone gets to have their own sense of self, their own sense of truth, their own opinions about things in their life. It's not for us to decide for them. It's for them to. So you want to express yourself clearly, to exercise your throat chakra. Communication is sent and received with integrity. What does that mean? Well, what does integrity mean? It means that you are honest and moral. You are not vindictive. You are compassionate and empathetic and honest whenever you're speaking. So have integrity in receiving information and also sending it out. Purposeful, share your messages, skills, and talents. Don't continue to be small in your voice and small in your energetic being, because you do have skills, you do have talents, you do have abilities, and you need to embrace them. You can embrace them to a point, but if you never speak of it, you never share it, then no one ever really knows. Creativity, outlet for expression and inspired by, again, art, creative writing, dance, singing, meditation, mantras, being out in nature. Acceptance. Do I allow myself to feel my feelings? Honesty with oneself allows the truth to be, and you can also respect others. Doesn't diminish yours in any way, shape, or form. Authenticity is a genuineness to receive and express authentically. So you can be 100% invested in what you're sharing. It is your truth. And then you can also sit and actively listen and receive someone else's 100% truth. It doesn't take anything away from yours, right? It's just an openness to do that. That was the throat chakra. Now, the heart chakra, right in the center of your breastbone, governs people's love for themselves and those around them, supporting empathy, compassion, and forgiveness. The color of the heart chakra is green. The element is air. The frequency is 639 hertz. The mantra is YUM, Y-U-M. Sense is touch. The demon of the heart chakra is lack of self-love, trust issues, fear, depression, and loneliness. And the rights of the heart chakra are to trust, to have effective and open connection, healing, compassion, and surrender to truth. The heart chakra governs the thymus, which is down here, your heart, your liver, your lungs, and your blood, because the heart pumps the blood, right? And the lungs, and the liver detoxifies the blood. So the thymus is also a part of the lymph system, which pulls toxins out. So when you have a heart chakra full of negative, toxic energy, that has to get pulled and pushed other places. So heart chakra blockages symptoms are hypertension, respiratory problems, tightness in the chest, heart problems, lacking empathy. Let me find this spot. Tend to play the victim, critical of others, withdrawn, no sense of personal boundaries, overeating, overextending yourself to help others to your own personal detriment. I know many people that this describes in way more ways than I would like to admit. But the ones that are always saying yes, don't have a boundary for anyone else to not cross, don't have the self-love, self-respect, and self-compassion for themselves as much as they do for others. And so they are constantly giving what they don't have to give in order to keep, right? The heart chakra is the bridge between the upper chakras and the lower chakras in the chakra system. It's fourth in the alignment of 7. Your upper and lower chakras work together for the full soul evolution. Without them being in alignment, you have broken energy. To experience love in its purest form without any attachment or expectation is the ultimate goal of a balanced heart chakra. When it is balanced, we are unstuck from the negative emotions, past traumas, limiting self-beliefs that hold us back. And I want to touch on something. An attachment is simply a condition to the emotion. So we tend to attach to people, places, and things that give us a return on a feeling. So we are friends with so and so, and they make us feel oh so yummy and good, and they make us feel so great about ourselves. And so when we learn that they're not really in alignment with Source Creator, do we really want to get rid of them? They make us feel so much better. See, that's the attachment to the person that weaves us deeper into the matrix. So it needs to be about you giving yourself that loved, yummy feeling, that you bring that energy to yourself, irregardless of people, places, and things around you. Hopefully that's a little clearer. The feelings of gratitude are the absolute best thing you can do to kind of balance that heart chakra. Be in gratitude no matter what the instance is. And I'll touch on that in just a second. Practice stretching out your chest. Now, a big one is a back bend. I'm not physically able to do a back bend right now, I'll tell you that, but I do stretch. And I had breast cancer. I had both removed. I have a lot of scarring. I have a lot of scar tissue. So every time I do that motion, I pop scar tissue. It's physically painful, but I know it needs to be done. And it opens my heart chakra. And I verbally express that I'm opening my heart chakra to all of the flood of energy, emotions that will help me grow and evolve, even if it causes a little bit of pain in the beginning. A lot of times it's that friction that we have to get through to see the lesson, be gratitude and place of gratitude for the lesson. And then we can move on beyond it. Participate in heart chakra activation meditations. I can definitely attest to this. They're very helpful, especially whenever you're first starting out. You may not exactly know the ins and outs of meditation. I personally like Divine Light Meditation on YouTube, and they have a lot of very, very specific meditation videos that will help you in the heart chakra area. Rose quartz is a crystal that can help free the toxic energies of that heart chakra and release it out, kind of transmute it in the stone. So, okay, how did this all come about for me? I'll tell you. The ins and outs, the people that kind of pop in and pop out, pop in, pop out. So me, not having judgment, accept them back, not a big deal. Like live and learn. We all got to go through our stuff. Not a big deal. Okay. And then they're gone again. And it earthed attachment issues that I had, my attachment. So then I was catapulted right back to having trust issues, feeling like there was love unreceived, disrespect, like all kinds of low vibrational things, right? And so that's that down dip, right? You got to descend in order to ascend. And I would say probably 48 hours into that, there was throat and heart chakra physical symptoms that I was feeling. So that was my clue that I needed to process it differently. But what I was doing was not effective enough. I needed to dig deeper. And it was all within, right? And so I spent an entire day of healing and clearing and activating and processing specifically those two chakras. And the physical symptoms I was feeling prior are gone, I'm happy to say. But I am sore now today in my chest just from integrating the healing that I was able to do to help clear out the negative energy, the toxic energy, and that kind of stuff. And now, of course, the byproduct of that is purging and detoxing lovely negative energies. But on the other side of it, I was able to go from those low vibrational feelings that I had in the beginning to true gratitude for the beings that showed me lessons that I needed. And some of them were revisited lessons that I thought I had completely dealt with. Some of them I did deal with, but this is another layer that hadn't happened yet. So that's why we say shadow work is never done. Shadow work is not a checklist. Shadow work is a journey. And the longer that we have ignored the issues, the longer that journey is, right? And so it's my recommendation after ignoring things for 30 years and then diving headfirst into them to handle them as best you can as soon as you recognize them. And you end up with less work to do in totality. But it's all going to be very, very helpful for you. And it is very individual. So what I will tell you is that there's always shadow work to be done. And what I have been able to help people do through the blessings from Source Creator and Mother Sophia is just to clear out the negative energy, which opens the chakras up. So all that does is it floods out that negative energy and that toxic energy, remove other things that can't be removed on your own. And then it allows you to really get into the depths of that shadow work and uncover layer after layer after layer without the impediment of blocked energy, because you have to have the energy within to break through the blockages. Now, the blockages I remove, the energy starts to flow and all this stuff starts to surface, right? It's like whenever you finally take the lid off the pot, everything comes to the top. And so then you really have to be, I call it kind of getting donkey kicked onto Ascension Highway, because you're like all of a sudden there. And we definitely help you navigate that because it's yours to drive the car, but we just help you navigate it. We just kind of tell you, look, this is where we've been. This is what helped for us. This is what helped us, that kind of thing. So we are really a light at the end of a very dark tunnel for a lot of people. It is true that you have to really dig deep within yourself and tap into the chakra power, the kundalini power, and have a open communication with yourself, your higher self, and source to really spiritually evolve so that you can ascend fully. There's more than one way to do that, though. And we are offering this as another way to help people get there. I would say it's a little more efficient just because of the energy work that gets done. So much gets done in a short period of time. But that really is not an indicator to the shadow work that you would have left to do once those blockages are removed. So I would tell you that for me, going through what I've been dealing with the last several weeks, it helped me greatly to not have a lot of blockages so that that toxic energy is not getting trapped anywhere. And I was immediately able to feel it in my throat and my heart chakra. And I knew that there was something there. So it's like whenever you're an empty canvas, you can detect that one little speck of muck on it that you need to clean off before you start your beautiful painting. So whenever you're clear, you can detect when something is off a lot easier. And then you can focus your energy to correcting that so you can get back to balance. and correct that disease. And I wanted to bring up physical symptoms because a lot of people suffer with real physical diagnosis, and they are rooted in energetic imbalances in your chakras. And I can tell you that, you know, working as a bedside nurse for more than 20 years, had you told me that even 3 years ago, I'd be like, okay, if you think so. But I've seen it and I've experienced it. And yeah, you know, when I saw that hypertension was like the number one of the heart chakra being blocked. At the time that I had my energy healing, I was on 3 blood pressure medicines and 2 diuretics, and my blood pressure was still triple digits, over triple digits most days by 10 or 11 o'clock in the day. And I was about 50 pounds heavier. I'm sure that helped make that a bad situation. But as soon, and I mean like as soon as that energy was cleared, I no longer needed that medication. It was a very quick taper off and get off of it. And I didn't need it. And I haven't needed it since then. So that's just one example. Of course, my results are not typical. This is not medical advice. This is entertainment purposes only. But when it comes to energy and blocked energy and toxic energy, it has a definite physical manifestation that we see in our physical form. And that is where it gets our attention, right? Because we feel bad. We have heart pain. I think we're freaking dying. And when you go through all the tests that are super expensive and very invasive, and they tell you, we didn't find anything, but you know what you felt, that's usually where people come looking for us because they need to know what is happening. And traditional healthcare is not giving them the answers to that. So I hope that this information has helped you maybe tune into something that might be off in your own world or someone else that you're dealing with, and give you some tools to help combat that. In the link to this description box of this video, I'm going to have Healing Disclosure's Telegram channel, which is our main Telegram group. I'm also going to have the QET, which is Quantum Energy Transformation channel. That is where you can come when you're ready to ask questions about quantum energy healing, clearing, transformation, and book a session. I look forward to seeing you, and you guys have a great day.